Okay, this is like the third time of me starting this again. My daughter just shouted me from the shop. Having sandwiches tonight. You'll know why after I go through this a little bit. I put a video out there as well on YouTube. Go and check it out. Because I'm using this as my tool. But I had another little bit of an episode. So I'm calling this one I'm Spiraling. Yeah, I've had a bit of a day today. And I went into a bit of a spiral, to tell you the truth. But it's not the spiral. It's what you're going to do with it. And what you can do. So, I'm not saying the thinking goes away. But I started to work with it and I want to go over it with ya. I'm here in sunny Florida. It's Cockney, but it's all about getting real. Please, please, please pass it around. Because it reaches a lot more people that way. And then we can all get together and help other people, right? So yeah, like I say, bit of a day. My wife and daughter are out up the shop getting sandwich meats because we're like, none of us can be freaking bothered to can't even think about like cooking anything. Yeah, so early this morning I get back from the chiropractor and I'm driving up into the garage. I mean, instead of hitting the freaking brake, as I know that I'm fitting the car into the garage, I didn't. I hit the accelerator and boom, straight into the freaking wall. Walk in the house to where go to the opposite side of the wall, which is one of our rooms, and it's all freaking mashed in. But anyway, the bit I wanted to get to was the spiraling bit, but it was leading up. You know, I've been working on myself. Let me tell you, I practice what I preach. So what I tell my guys, I use and I work with, and I want to share it because I can't help but think it's going to help someone out there. Because when you start spiraling or you start getting into bloody hell. I had my youngest made some really nice red cabbage, and I threw some mayonnaise on it, like raw red cabbage, and I made it like a coleslaw. And I tell you what, the old repeaty. But no, I can't help but think that it might help someone when you're going into those like spirally mind, freaking hell, what am I going to do sets. So yeah. Anyway, that happened. I start at the beginning going into one. Broke down a little bit. Started feeling it a little bit. Started to feel the mind running in a different direction, calling myself names and saying I'm no good and worth and all that. Like, and as soon as you get into that, you're starting to bury yourself. But it was one of those where I was looking to find a thread that I could grab onto and start moving myself out of there. But, every time I looked, the holes were shutting, so to speak. The gaps were shutting. And I'm like, holy Lord, have mercy. So I started working my mind to where I'm like, okay, what tools? So I like to soak in a bath. That can calm me down, get me like relaxed, and I'll throw some bubble bath in there and shit, and sometimes have an incense going. And I did that, and yes, does it do something? Yes, it calmed me down a touch, but not to where I wanted to be. And my mind kept on saying, go out for a walk, go out for a walk, go out for a walk. And I thought, right, listen to what your mind's telling you. So jumped up out of the bath, got dried off, threw some clothes on and that, and I had a cup of tea. And my youngest daughter says, hey, just throw that over ice, Dad, put some sweetener. Bob's your Uncle, Fanny's your aunt, mate. You got yourself an iced tea. I'm like, oh, yeah, great. So I did that, and got out the door and went on a walk. And while on that walk, I did a video. Hence, go and check out my YouTube channel, please, because I put the video up on the first half of this, what I'm talking about, and showing some vulnerability as well, which I'm showing now on this. So, but it's all about getting real, oi, oi. So, when I get back, I contacted my sister too. Oi, oi, sis, hope you're doing all right. I'm all right. I'm doing all right. I grabbed hold of my sister and just basically messaged her and said, "Hey, listen, this is what's happened. I'm all right, but this isn't. I just wanted that little bit of the contact. My sister's the biggest supporter I got out there when it comes to my channel and my family. It's like blimey, it's nice to when you can message someone outside your immediate family here and bring you got someone there that knows you, right? Like, oh yeah, I know where his head's at, which is she knew. So big oi to my sister. So I messaged my sister and I messaged a mate of mine over there and all, Martin. Oi Martin, grummy, oi. And I even said to me mate, I'm like, hey, listen, I'm not even really sure why I'm putting this out in front of you. I don't know if it's reassuring. I was just working my mind. Constantly working my mind. Like, I'm not sure whether this is reassurance, is this reassurance? So why would I be doing that? And, what's my mind trying to tell me by doing this? But anyway, I don't normally stretch out to anybody. So it was a stretch out. And I did him too. And I get back in the house and my daughter's here and that. And I felt not brilliant, but not great either. My youngest daughter was watching the TV, and I went over and I started get the kettle on. I started making a cup of tea, and I feel myself going again. And I'm like, oh no. And started getting really choked up and teary to the point where I just took off in the other room and started crying. I didn't want to show my daughter. Started crying and started saying, right, what have I got at my disposal here? What have I got? And I looked over and I saw blue on a plate, and I'm like, right, everything blue. And I started looking around at everything bloody blue, and I'm like, right, pick another colour, green, right, everything green. It's surprising that when you switch your mind onto a colour, how much you actually have of it. Well, you don't notice any of it. So it's a matter of pulling my attention to something where it is going to get me present. And then I tuned into sound, and my youngest had this thing on YouTube, which this fella has a very distinct sounding voice. So I tuned into that, not listening to words, just listening to the sound. And then what else can I hear going on around me? Sometimes, I think I did. I think I closed my eyes and tuned in. And then I went to touch. Well, I didn't have anything with me, and I normally got a stone in my pocket. I didn't have it there. It's crazy, right? It's obviously telling me, right, think of something else. And what I started to do was putting my fingers together and feeling the ridges on my fingers, the fingerprints. And then I touched each hand and started running my fingers. You've got a lot of nerve endings and sensitivity in your hands. So I started just using one hand on the other and just bringing my fingers down slowly and coming down into the palm of the hand and just tuning into how that felt. Just keep on, while breathing, by the way, guys. I automatically just kick into the breathing, I think, because I noticed I was slowing my breath down pretty much straight away. So I did that for touch, and then I thought, right, what can I smell? And I always carry this. I'm wondering if I can put it in the. I wonder if I can put it up in the description. If I can find it, that is, I'll put it up in the description, because it's this little kind of like a nasal spray, not nasal spray, like a nasal inhaler, like a Vicks inhaler. It's like that, but it's got these little felt cartridges in there, foam cartridges in there that you can drop natural oils on and you use it. Well, I freaking went from my pocket. Ain't there, is it? So you can tune in to smells. There is certain things that you may be able to tune into. So I just concentrated on my nose, basically. What can I smell? And then I always, God, it came in handy today. It's funny how my mind went to it because it's one of those that people don't really realise, but I actually wear a marler on my wrist too. And I also have a bracelet that you may see. It's black with this Morse code little dash and dots that my daughter got me, my oldest daughter, which basically says in Morse code, never give up. And so I unwrapped the marler off my wrist. I still had the one around my neck, but I thought, right, I felt it, started unwrapping it off my wrist and started just doing mantra. So each bead, concentrating on each bead, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, just repeating it. And I got round to the guru bead and I thought, right, I need another session. And I turned it around and as soon as I started feeling myself calming down, starting to come down. I even went through and did the Lord's Prayer with it, like it was going into each bead. And then I went back to Om Mani Padme Hum and anything mantra, anything spiritual, anything that was, get your mind away from the direction that you're actually spiraling to and get your mind on something else. And I just started to feel myself coming down because you're not going to stay there. But how long do you want to be there? If you don't start throwing tools at it, well, you're gonna keep on spiraling. Because as soon as you get into that spiraling, guys, it's game on. It's between you and your mind. And the thing that you have at your disposal is tools. Writing things down as well. That was another place I was going to go to. I didn't have to, but it was another place. And I'm not saying that by the end of the evening I may be in here writing. I don't know yet. Getting more meditation in. I actually can't remember if I meditated this morning because I got up early and went off to the chiropractor early. So, yeah, that sounds like that's a thing. Get on the mat. And do some Wim Hof breathing. I haven't done that because I do that after my meditation normally. So, yeah, I went a little bit tits up. I ain't gonna lie. But like I said, I am human. This is all about getting real. And I'm hoping that by showing my vulnerability a little bit out there, it's going to connect with somebody out there. And you can put some of these things into practice, guys. And when I say practice, I do mean practice. Practice. You work on yourself every day, guys. That's showing your self-worth. My mind used to run wild all over the place, no control. I even came in and I wanted to do an edit on that video, which I'm hoping you're going to go over and have a look at. And I remember my wife saying, "Oh, XYZ," and I'm like, "Hey, listen, I want to get on this." Because I knew it was helping me pull my mind away and getting it back into a position where I'm in control. So it's not the end of the day when you go into a spiral. You can also sit still. What does that mean? Just sit still with it, breathe, and allow your mind to just be with it. Without any connection, I've done that too. I throw everything at it. When it starts spiraling. So I hope everybody's having a good one. We are going into the weekend because it's Friday. Big love to everybody out there. Thank you for listening. Pass it around. Stay that course. Namaste.